Hi guys, and welcome. Nice to see you here, and I'm back after taking a little bit of a break, and it's nice to be back and to bring you a lovely little colour along event that we can do, and in this sort of dreary times, and with everything that's going on in the world. I'm not going to obviously name anything by name. Obviously, we all know what's going on. We're all hearing about it every second of the day. And I just want this to be a nice, pleasant experience for people to come in and colour along, or just watch me colour and have a chat with me, or watch back and just be inspired to pick up a pencil or to create something during these times when people haven't really got a lot to do, or are running out of ideas how to keep themselves entertained. And this form of creativity is great to not only occupy the mind but also keep one's mental health healthy, and also it's a healthier way of keeping entertained rather than just being stuck on the phone all the time and panicking 24 hours reading the news. And the worst thing you can do is constantly read the news every second. Do it once a day, fair enough, that's absolutely fine, but to do it all day every day, you're just going to be really paranoid, and it's just going to cause you more stress. And the whole purpose of adult colouring is supposed to be, it's very stress relieving, very therapeutic. You can unleash your creativity. You don't have to have a certain skill level to start colouring. It's for anyone. Even if you just want to do it on your own, you don't want to share your work, then you don't have to. So today we've got a colour along. Thank you to the lovely Janna Prosvirina, who is Jannafairyart on Etsy. I have left the links in the description, so if you want to grab this image, it is going to be 50% off until the end of this month, which is April. It's weird saying that it's April now. And so it's going to be half price until then. And it's a special image for us, as until now it wasn't actually a released colouring page. It was just an illustration that Janna had done, and I chose this one because it's very spring. We've got the daffodils, which I don't know wherever you're from, but here in the UK we know it's spring because we get loads and loads of daffodils, and that's our first sign of spring, and then Easter. So I thought this would be a lovely cheery image to colour along with you guys, and to celebrate the spring coming in and seeing all the lovely blooming flowers and all the nice nature and wildlife. So hi everybody coming in. I'm just going to say a quick hello to people that are saying hi. So hi Suze, hi Heather, hi Shara, how are you doing? And anybody else who is still coming in. And today we're going to be using some Aretza Expert pencils as requested. This is the 120 set. I haven't showed this properly yet on the channel, but I've had these since the beginning of the year. I did actually originally have the 48 set, which I still have, but it's nice to have the 120. And I've swatched some more out here, as you can see. Let's get it in frame. The are a wax based pencil, and you've got 120 colours here, and they all have a light fastness rating, but all the light fastness are different. It'll tell you on the barrel. I'll go through that in just a bit. But yeah, you've got a nice range of colours. Hi Heather, how are you doing? Hi Mona, how are you doing, hon? So we've got a jasmine yellow, cream, sapphire. You've got loads of nice yellows, and you go into like a mid yellow, and then into oranges, ochres. You've got quite a few reds there, some warm browns, some nice pinks and purples, loads of blues, loads of greens, and then you've got some nice really dark colours, and then you get a few metallics at the bottom here, which is quite a nice addition. Not something you don't always get. Obviously, usually if you get metallics, you'll probably get a gold and a silver, sometimes a copper, which you have in here. But they've also added a unicorn purple and a dreamy blue, which is quite unique. Those are not light fast, have no light fastness, so obviously these will just be for pure enjoyment, not to to sell in your artwork or anything. But that's the unicorn purple, which is a very cool name. And then you've got like a dreamy blue, which is like a steel blue. And they are nice pencils. I just haven't used them an awful lot yet, but there was requested that we use them. So I'm going to put this little swatch chart in front of me just so I can see what colours we have in the set, and as we're covering along I can tell you what colours are which. And then if you are following this on my Facebook group as well for the colour along, the colours that I use, I will list them as well in the group. So again, if you do want to grab this image, you can go over to Janna's Etsy store and get it for half price until the end of this month. There is a code that you need to use. The code is in the description. It is Dafodil 2020, and that's a special discount for SH Creations, which is our new name, SH Creations. So how is everybody? Is everybody doing well? And how is everybody keeping themselves occupied and busy? Let me know. I hope everyone is well and healthy. Awesome. So I'm just checking the settings here, because I noticed in previous streams that the quality's been quite low. It's been dropping. Oh great, we've got up to 720, so at least we've got 720p. There we go. And I'm not too bad, Mona. Thank you for asking. To be honest, it hasn't really affected me as bad as some other people, because obviously David usually works in an office as an estate agent. He works in a very small office, and luckily they can have the ability to be able to work from home, to answer emails, calls and things like that. The only thing that's affected his work is not being able to go out and show people like houses and properties, and not be able to do viewings and things like that. But I still answer calls and answer queries via email, so at least it can do that for now. So it hasn't really impacted him all that much compared to some other people who it has obviously caused a lot of dilemma for them, especially people who have small businesses, and a lot of people who are like self-employed as well. He's enjoying it. He actually really enjoys it. He did originally, before this all started, he had some leave booked in for work for over this weekend, but because of what's happened and he's working from home, he just doesn't see the point in taking the leave, because he's already at home anyway, and when he's at home he's got a bit more freedom to do a bit more, be able to go downstairs, make himself a cup of tea or anything whenever he wants, and gets how his breaks, and I get to make his lunch and everything for him and look after him while he works, so he's enjoying it. So yes, no problem. You enjoy your pizza, Suze, and I'll speak to you in a bit. So yes, we're going to be doing this image. This is the full-on grayscale edition. There is 3 different versions of this. So this is the full grayscale. We have the semi grayscale, which is a very light grayscale, and then we have the pure line art as well. So you've got a choice between the 3, which you would prefer. I just thought I'd do the grayscale just because that's how I roll. I like the grayscale. But you don't have to do the grayscale. You can still colour on with the line art or the subtle grayscale. So let's get started with colours. So we're going to be doing this in parts. We're not going to be doing the whole image today. And you can either colour along with me now live, or you can watch us back later and colour along, or you can just, you know, download the image and colour it in your own way completely. It's entirely up to you. It's just a fun suggestion. So picking out our colours, what we're going to do first, I think we're going to start off by doing the daffodils first. I think do some yellow, because yellow is quite a cheery colour. So we'll do that first. So let's pick out some daffodil colours. Now daffodils, from what I know here in the UK, the typical daffodil colour is yellow, all yellow. Sometimes it'll be yellow with an orange centre, or sometimes not as much, but we do have them, but not as the bit more rarer than, you know, the yellow ones. Sometimes you have white ones with a orange centre, so you do get different variants of colours. So if you wanted to, you could do one of each. So you could have one all yellow, one yellow with an orange centre, and then we could have one that's white with an orange centre. Or we could just make them all the same. What do you guys think would be better? Should we do one of each colour variant, or should we make them all the same colour? Now there is a little bit of a lag for when I actually say things, or I action things, compared to when you hear it. So there is a slight delay, but not much. I think it's like 10 seconds or something. So let's get some colours. Definitely going to want Tuscan Sun, which is this one, Tuscan Sun. We're going to want Sunflower Yellow. Go on, be adventurous, do one of each variant. Okay, will do, Heather. What else we've got? Lemon Yellow. And I will have a look at the swatches and try and match up the colours that I'm using to things, to pencils such as Prismacolors and Polychromos, because obviously they're quite popular pencils that people use. And I'll also have a look at the Black Widows as well, and then we'll try and match them up close enough so you guys can use whatever pencils that you do have in your collection. But I'll do that after the stream, and I'll post that up on the Facebook group. So if you're not part of the Facebook group, there is a link to that in further along in the description. Feel free to join, and in events I'll post that. I'll also put a screenshot of it on my Instagram as well, and again, if you do want to follow me on Instagram, it is just s.h.creations, and you'll find that tag in the description also, or within my Linktree link. Okay, and then we're going to want a darker orange, so let's go with should I go with a pumpkin orange? Yep, pumpkin orange. And I think we've got our first colour variant. Yes, yellow is just a nice, happy, cheery colour, isn't it? Seeing different variants of yellows. So I thought we'll start off coming back, doing this lovely image, and we'll do something very cheery. So we'll start off by doing yellow, which is the most happy colour you can think of. Yellow is known to be a happy colour. So how we're going to do this? So if one's going to be white with orange, and then one's going to be all yellow, and one's going to be yellow with orange, I'm thinking maybe we should do the orange centres on either side, and then do this one all yellow. So we'll do this one first. Now, I'm going to take this Tuscan Sun colour, and then you might not have this on the line art, or maybe in some cases in the semi-grayscale, so you could just follow the lines that I'm using to get this effect. But with the good thing with the grayscale, the lines are the shaded parts are already in for you, so you can just go over them with your pencil, which makes it easier. A lot of people have the stigma that grayscale's for advanced people, and it's a lot more difficult to colour, and it might be for some people, but I think I've always found for myself grayscale's actually being more beneficial, because it's giving you the ability to know where the shadows are going to be and the highlights, so it's helping you. Where with line art, I think it's more, if you wanted to get like a results looking like this, which obviously Janna would have had to do when she originally sketches out, it would be a lot more harder to start from a complete flat sketch to build it up to look like this. So Janna's pretty much done the hard work for you. So this is just going to be a mid-tone, and I will be going over it in later on, a bit darker. I just want to get the mid-tone in before I get the lighter colour on. I'm doing this because when I do blend in the colours, I don't want to muddy the colours, so I just want to make sure we get like a nice blend. And I'm not very quick and precise to begin with. I'm quite loose and quite free with colouring, especially in the beginning out, because I'm just when I'm starting, I'm just mapping out colours and where I want things to go, and I layer colours once I know where colours are going to go, and then I'll blend and burnish things later. Okay, and then we'll go with the sunflower yellow. On top of the Tuscan Sun, on top of the Tuscan Sun. So again, we're layering. Also, I just wanted to do a big shout out and thank you for anybody who has recently subscribed to the channel. It's very nice to have you here, guys, and sticking by whilst I've not had any content for a little while. And it's nice that you've stuck around, because I noticed the numbers are nearly at 700 now, so we're nearly at the 700 mark. And as I keep saying, once we get to the 1000, I'm going to be doing a very big giveaway on the channel, and we've got some goodies to give away, some very nice art supplies and some very nice books. Okay, and I'm going to take the lightest colour, which is the lemon yellow, and I'm going to go in where the blanks are, so the white, and then that's going to be our lightest colour. And you can just lightly blend the colours together. I'm not going directly over, because I'm going over the top with the dark colour, but on the edges where those lines are, I'm blending it with the lemon yellow. you've got any questions, guys, just pop it in caps and I'll happily answer them. Now these pencils are rather soft. I think they're rather soft because you get quite you get a very bold and very vivid lay down in it straight away with these colours, and you don't have to press hard to get a full cover of colour. They're not very scratchy at all, they're very smooth. Okay, and then we'll just take the darker shade, which is our pumpkin orange. And then just where you have the centre bit, there's going to be our shaded area. And you don't just want to do like a line. So a lot of people, when it comes to shading, they'll just do a line like this. And that makes it look very flat. So you can start off with a line of where you want to indicate where your shadow is going to be. So you can put a line in here, but then to blend out that line and to make it a little bit to make it a little bit less flat and more 3D, just blend out the line by just doing a back and forth motion, so ever so lightly, and it just blends that line out. Oh, thank you, Shara. Okay, so as you can see, it's blended it out a bit more, and do the same for where you've got any folds in the petals. Just do exactly the same. And I always just follow the direction of where the line's going, so I don't just go like that. I'll follow, if the line's going up that way, I'll blend out going up in an upward motion, or I'll just follow the line of which way it's going. There's another fold. Okay, and then I'm just going to take our second most darkest colour, which is the Tuscan Sun, and then we're just going to take it to the edge of where the dark colour is, just to blend out the harsh edges. Oh, thanks, Queen Bee. I hope you're well. It's not been too bad today. It's just getting to the point where you lose track of what day it is. It doesn't even feel like it's the weekend. Is it Friday? You're losing track where the weekends are and which day is which. Because a weekend doesn't feel like a weekend anymore. Every day seems to blend into each other, don't they? When you're stuck at home. Okay, so getting there with the layering, and then going with the sunflower yellow. These are very nice, vibrant colours. That's what I like about the Aretza Experts. The colours are very vibrant and very bold. As you can see on the swatch chart here, the colours are quite intense and very vivid. And for the price of them, you're getting quite a good pencil, because a lot of these pencils have a good light fastness rating on them. Some of them don't have a light fastness. But quite a few of them, and quite a lot of them, have quite a good light fastness. So 3 being the best, 2 being good, and 1 being poor. And I think most of these either have a 3 or a 2. There's just the odd few that have a 1. Colours like the metallics have a 1, and some of the greys have a 1, like this very like cool colour, and I think like the neon colours, like the more neon style colours, I think they have a 1. Let's have a quick look. Actually, no, they don't have a 2. So yeah, lime green. Lime green has a 2. So yeah, it's just mostly the metallic colours have a 1. There's a couple greys here, like the storm grey have a 1. The coal grey, smoke grey has a 1, and the cloudy grey has a 1 as well, and the elephant grey. Charcoal grey has a 1, but the rest of them have a 2 or a 3. Are you losing internet connection, Heather? Oh, bless you. You must have it bad down your way. Luckily our internet's not been that greatly affected, but I think if you're with a big internet provider, I think they've obviously been hit harder, because a lot more people are trying to connect to their internet. The internet provider I'm with is the same as my mobile phone provider, and we've been alright so far, touch wood. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to go back in with the lemon yellow on the top part of the flower. Again guys, if you're going to colour this image and you're going to do the colour along with me, then if you want to, as we do this in stages, you can either tag me on Instagram, SH Creations, or you can post your work in progress in the event on my Facebook group page. So it'd be nice to see people's progress if they are doing colour along, because we are going to split this in parts. So sunshine yellow. I'm just having a look to see any part of the shadow areas need to be going over again, or any of the folds in the flower. Oh, thanks, hon. We're going to do this in parts anyway, Sue. So you know, you don't have to worry. I'm going to be doing this in parts. So part one, I'm just going to be doing the daffodil flowers themselves, and then we're going to move on to another part. So we're just going to do this in stages so people can colour along and maintain. People can take their time with it as well, so they're not kind of hurrying up to finish to get onto the next part. We're going to keep it quite small in stages, if that makes sense. I'm probably just blabbering on now. And again, this is pumpkin orange, so a darker orange, and then just go back in where them lines are as well. Now I'm not pressing hard at all, I'm just lightly going over. Again, just going back on that sunshine, that lemon yellow again, just to get rid of some of the harshness. So like, just like some people use a white to blend colours in together, I'm just using the lightest colour of, you know, the range that we're using to blend out, so it looks a bit more natural. Because if we used a white, it could then make the colour look a bit more cloudy, and we want it to be as vibrant as possible being a flower, especially being like a springtime flower. Oh, they're doing work in the area. That'll be why then, if they're doing work with the phone lines. I know, imagine if the internet goes down throughout all this and everyone's stuck at home and there's no internet. I don't know what people will do. I think people will go crazy. They'll probably start a riot or something. People will start rioting and it'll just be a big massive nightmare, wouldn't it? I got played so many times. I've only ever been with version once, and I had a bad experience with them, and I probably would never go back with them either. Hello. Worst nightmare. I know. I don't think they're a very good provider, from my experience. No, it'll not happen. I'm just saying, imagine if it had. Imagine if it did, what would happen? You know, people would go crazy. I think people would. I think the husbands would have to be concerned because the, you know, there'd be nothing to do. They'll want to run out the house probably, but they can't go out the house. Oh, thanks. Hi, Kirsty. How you doing? Thank you. It's popping. It's popping. We're gonna do the centre now, so we might have to get a darker yellow variant. So maybe like an use this one, which is like a honey. I think in like a Prisma, this will probably be like a Naples yellow. But I will do a comparison. So we're going to use this as our darker yellow. How are you doing, Kirsty? And then go back in with the Tuscan Sun, just a little bit. Sunshine Yellow. I would suggest it. You're best shopping around, Suze. Always best to shop around for, especially if you're not in a, especially if your contract's up, then you're best to shop around. I got quite a good deal with AE, who's my phone provider. Because I have mobile with them, I got a good deal on the broadband, and I've had no real complaints with them, to be honest. I've always found them quite good. I'm glad you're doing well, Kirsty, especially in these uncertain times. And then just go over the entire lot with the lemon yellow. Again, let's take this honey colour. Tuscan Sun. Ooh, gammon. I like gammon. Well, I like gammon steaks. Just making tea, gammon, chips, egg and beans. Nice. Don't mind with egg, but I love it with pineapple. But I know a lot of people are against pineapple, especially with savoury food. But I'm that weird person that quite likes pineapple on pizza, but let's not open that can of worms, shall we? People get quite serious about that debate, don't they? And this is the pumpkin orange. Now, pumpkin orange is a lot lighter than the pumpkin orange that you get in Prisma, so don't be confused by the name, because pumpkin orange in Prisma is very, very dark. It's like it's more like a dark brownish orange, where this is very much like a lighter, just an ever so lighter orange than your typical orange. I would say this is more like in Prisma, I think it's a Spanish orange. I think it's more closer to a Spanish orange. You've just had pineapple on your pizza. Awesome. Every time I go to the supermarket, there seems to be loads of Hawaiian pizzas left. And like no pepperoni. Just going to take the Tuscan Sun. Just feel like it needs to be just a bit more definition in here. Let's have a bit of other colours. I think maybe we should use the camel brown, it's called. Just need to sharpen it though. The camel brown is like an ochre colour, like a brown ochre colour, like a Naples colour. So on top of the yellow, it should just give it a bit more depth. Then we'll just take a normal orange. So there's quite a few colours now, but we'll take the normal orange, which is quite dark compared to the pumpkin orange. This is the 170. Sorry, this is the 120 set. So some of these will be in the 72 set, but not all of them. But I will be listing the colours in the group event, and I will also be doing a colour conversion as well, just matching up some swatch charts to see what colours I've used is closer to the colours in other brands such as Prismas, Polys and Black Widows. Obviously if you've got the 72 set and some of the colours I've used are not in the 72 set, then just use something that's close enough to it. You know, you don't have to be exact on, or feel free to colour it in your own way. It's just a fun suggestion. this is just the regular colour orange. And take the sunflower colour. There you go. So I think pretty much there at the moment with this one. Just drag some of this orange down a little bit, and especially in the bottom here, because it's going to be lighter on the top than the bottom. Awesome. Okay, so this lines here I'm not quite happy with. I think it needs a bit more coverage. So I just go over this with the orange, the dark orange, and then when I blend it with the lighter colour it should look more like the rest of it. So if I get the sunflower yellow, put that on the top. And again, I'm not pressing hard. It might look like it, but I'm not. And then I'm going to take the lemon yellow, and I will press a little bit harder with this one. And also using this to blend everything together where I want it to blend. Okay, so we've got the first one done. So that's just the normal yellow. We're going to keep these colours to one side because we probably will use them in the rest of the mix when we're going to do the other variants. So we're going to do one of each different types of daffodils so you can see which colour variants that you can use. So that's the all yellow one. This one's going to be, next one's going to be the yellow and orange. So let's think, which one should we do? I think that one's going to, should we do this one yellow and orange, or that one? No, we'll do this one yellow and orange, and that one will be the white and the orange. I think that'll be better. Hey Debs, nice to see you. You sat with a big bag with bleach on. Oh, I hope it's not tingling too much. I did show her and I did comment. I'm surprised she didn't comment coming back because I did say he was very handsome. It looks like he works out as well. Okay, so let's go for the yellow and orange. So this is going to be more orange. So I'll start off with the middle using the orange, colour orange, and then the darker bits here. I'm just going to use the dark orange for the darker parts or where the shadow is going to be hidden. No problem, Shara. If you offered to buy me a drink, I wouldn't say no. I'm being... So there you are. You get rid of the pink. Oh, I like the pink. Are you gonna go a different colour? Maybe like like a minty blue or like a teal or something. Right, just 1 second, guys. I'm gonna quickly have a loo break. So I'm just gonna put the little chart on. Hi guys, sorry about that, just had to have a quick toilet break. So yeah, wait. Let's go in with the pumpkin orange now, after we use the regular orange. And we'll just go over that orange that we used. So we're just layering it up. Thinking about going back to silver, are you? To get the purple shampoo out, I'd have a purple rinse. Let's go in with the Tuscan Sun. Don't worry, I did wash my hands. No, I did not sing happy birthday. I think that's the silliest thing. Sing happy birthday while you wash your hands. Why happy birthday? Sunflower yellow. So I'm going to use the sunflower yellow as our highlight colour in this. Oh, thanks, Debs. I'm going to go back with the orange again, the darker colour, and then we're going to deepen where we need more depth, a bit more darkness of the shadows. So mainly on the bottom here of the... I'm not very good with like botanicals and names and things like that, so I know that's a stem and that's a leaf. That's a petal. This part, I'm just calling it the centre. I'm not sure what it's called. Flower head, maybe? I'll see you soon, Debs, and send us a picture of what the aftermath is. This is the ginger colour. So again, anywhere it's going to be darker. So especially here, even when I went over the orange, you could still see some of the dark grey scale showing underneath. So I wanted to deepen that even more. I haven't used the ginger colour, which is the like a browny ochre here, just to deepen that up. And I'll do the same as well where we've got the inside of this flower head, just so we can see a separation here. Thanks, Suze. So again, yeah, this image is by Janna Prosvirina, which is Jannafairyart on Etsy. This image was, I especially selected this image, which is just a brand new clearing image that came up for us. Obviously, it's available for anyone to purchase, but it is especially for us as I chose this one to be made into a colouring page, and it is half price until the end of the month if you use the code that Janna's provided, which is in the description as well, which is Dafodil 2020, and that'll give you the image for half price until the end of this month, end of April 2020. And it comes in the full-on grayscale, which is what I'm colouring, or you've got the semi-grayscale, or you've got the line art to choose from. And all my links and all the links for this image are in the description. Okay, so we're going to grab a vermilion red. Hi Gary, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. So I've got the vermilion red here. Oh, breakage. And this is just going to deepen even more, so you can see this is going to be like the orange centre. Because when you see the ones with the orange centre, they've got this sort of like a red depth to them, like a reddish orange depth. Now I'm getting to the point now I'm not going to be able to add much more layers, so I'm just going to take the sunflower yellow again, sorry, the Tuscan sun, and then it's just to blend all this in. if you want a lighter area, then use the sunflower. Okay, I'm going to grab my little brush just so I don't smudge it. That was the pumpkin orange, I just lightly layered. This is vermilion. Okay, so I think... No problem, Heather. Thank you very much for dropping in, and I'll catch up with you soon. Okay, so I think we've got our orange centre. Let's go back and do exactly what we did with the petals here. So let's go in with the... what was it? The pumpkin orange first. Was it pumpkin? No, it wasn't. It was the Tuscan Sun. Excuse you, crack me up. Okay, so I'm just going over where these shadow parts are. Obviously with the line art you're not going to have this, but you can use the coloured version as reference for what I'm doing, or use the coloured version of Janna's, which is on Facebook group, and you can have a look at that and just use that as reference, or look at the preview on her Etsy store for the grayscale and use that as well as reference if you're using the line art version. And then we'll go in with the sunflower yellow. So looking back now, I think that even needs to be a little bit darker. So I'll leave it for now, but then I can always just go in with maybe like a light covering, or like a dark grey or a black, just to add a bit more of a shadow because it's facing down, so it's going to be a lot more darker. And let's get the pumpkin orange in there, so just the tight creases. And around the centre part here. back at work now, Gary? Okay, and then if we just go in with our lemon yellow and where the white bits are. I'll be back tomorrow. So if you don't have the Aretza pencils, I personally recommend them. I think they are great, especially people who are on a budget, and they're not as a lot of people say the black widows are not soft, but I think I get kind of, they are very buttery though, because they kind of, they glide quite easily, and these are not as waxy as the black widows. But I do like both. I enjoy both. I just haven't used the 120 set properly yet. But when I did have the smaller set, I used them quite a bit when I first got them. So I am quite used to using them. The only thing about the Aretza Experts is that I don't think they have a very great selection for skin tones. Even with the 120 set that they have included some new tones that you could use as skin, but they are still very like warm tones. So especially if you're doing a light skin tone, the skin's going to look very pink or peachy, which is fine if you're doing someone with a suntan or someone who's very rosy cheeked. But if you want to do like a very light pale Caucasian skin like mine, then it'd be quite difficult. But I think they do excel in the sort of vibrant colours, so fantastic for like something like this where it's like florals. But I'm still yet to play around with skin tones with it, so you never know, I might be able to knock something out the park with skin tones. I don't know what a squeaking is, it'll be the chair, because whilst David's working from home, he's been working in what we class as my art studio, which is basically the spare bedroom. He's been working in here, and I get the feeling he's been swinging on the chair as he's working, which has caused it to squeak. So I'm going to ask him to tighten it. Okay, so let's go back in with this Tuscan Sun. Yeah, that's the only thing, isn't it, Chara? These aren't open stock as of yet. Um, Apparently the Black Widows are, but I've never seen them as open stock. So if anyone knows where you can get the Black Widows open stock, then feel free to let me know. But they are advertised as open stock pencils, Black Widows, but I've never actually seen them like shown as available online as open stock. You never know, they might start doing open stock. Artesa's forever expanding its collection and its range. Um, it's grown a lot since it first started, and it's getting a lot more recognition. So perhaps it will, venture into open stock. I know they've started doing. It's not really open stock, but they're doing with the Everblend markers. You're able to buy replacements colours for any ones um, that you've used up. But I think you get like 4 of the same colour as your replacement. So maybe they might start doing that with pencils. Pumpkin orange. Just deepen this up a little bit more to use regular orange. So we're getting there with the daffodils. With this one we'll just have to do the orange head, and then we'll just do some like light greys, like cool greys and blues for the shade part of the white, and then just blend it together with the white. So that one should be a little bit more straightforward. Normally I would ask if people have got any weekend plans, but I don't think anyone's going anywhere at the moment, are they? apart from maybe going to do your grocery shopping, but pretty much not allowed to go anywhere else. Sunflower yellow. And then lastly the lemon yellow on the top. And then if you just want to add a bit more depth of shading towards around here, just take that vermilion colour again. And when we did the orange around here, just do the same with the vermilion. Okay. And then we did say we're going to use like a grey tone here. I want like a warm grey. Let's use this, what's it called? Ash black. So ash black is pretty much like a dark grey. Just going to sharpen it. I'm not going to press very hard. I'm literally just going to go over that line to define it a little bit more, and very, very lightly, I mean very lightly, just drag that line down, and then there's like a little fold here, so just going to go over that, then blend it out a little bit. What? Literally that was it. Right, so I'm just having a look to see if there's any areas I want to touch up. So again, I'm just looking at where the grayscale was and make sure that I've covered it. And if not, I'm just going to go over that with the orange. Now just take the lemon yellow once more. Blend it. So we can move on now to the white one. Before we do the white, we might as well use the colours that we've got here to do the centre, and then we can go ahead and do the white, and then that'll be our little daffodil heads done. So again, we're just going to take, I think what I'll do is that with the orange this time, I might try it where we'll start with a medium first, just lightly though, especially on the bottom part here. Oh, thanks, Suze. Thank you, Suze's husband. So I'm just marking where the dark area is going to be. So it's quite, I start off quite, well, what you class as quite sketchy. And then just build it up. So this is orange. So I'm going pretty much dark to light here on this one, just to see if it makes any difference. So if the dark light looks better, then you can always just do the same dark light on that one, or follow that step, whichever you prefer. Just showing you different variants of way you could do it. Pumpkin orange. And then go with the sunshine, or Tuscan sun. Tuscan sun. And then with the Tuscan sun, where the darker parts are at the bottom, you can press a little bit harder to kind of blend it all in at the bottom. Then the sunshine yellow. I'm going to grab the orange and then just add any sort of details that I've kind of lost. So that goes around like that. One thing I am quite thankful for is, obviously I'm not thankful for what's happening, because that's just wrong, but in light of the situation of what's happening, I'm grateful for being able to be given the time to actually slow down and, do things that I never give myself time to do, because life normally is too much on a rush and too chaotic, and we're constantly putting ourselves under a lot more pressure to get things done, whether it's paying bills, doing food shopping, where now we've got more time, we can actually enjoy things that we don't normally do. Like, I can pick up a book and read a book more often, I can colour a bit more often, I can actually, if I wanted to, sit down and play a board game or do a jigsaw puzzle which is something I very rarely do. But I've been doing them since we've had more time on my hands, and I've actually really enjoyed them. And I think it's good to bring families closer together, because it makes you realise what you do have, whether it's at home or in the world just outside, that you don't really take into appreciation every day, or take in its existence every day. And I think as human beings we do take a lot for granted. And a lot of it's to do with technology, because of the technology that we have. Vermilion again. Just gonna grab some of that camel brown, just to drag out some of them lines and define the lines. And there we go. That is the orange. Is it a bulb? Is that what you call it, a bulb? I don't know. Anyone knows the correct term, let me know. If you really want to do it as an extra step, guys, if you feel more confident or comfortable doing that, especially if you're a bit apprehensive about blending, you can then go over to the top of your pencil work and use a colorist blender pencil. My favourite blender for pencils is the Derwent blender. So if you want to, let's say you want to do that, then just take the pencil and go over it here. And if you want to blend it in a bit more, you can. And it just smooths it out a little bit more if that's what you want. So that's like an additional option, you don't have to do that though. Now let's do the white part. So for this we're going to need some light grey colours. So let's use the stone grey. Mushroom grey. And then we need like a bluish grey, or a very light blue, or like a very muted blue. Let's use this periwinkle blue. So we'll use these three, and then we'll also use white. There's the white. There we go. Now for white, I'm not going to use the Arteza white because I want to use something that's a little bit softer. So the white I like using at the moment is actually by the Derwent Sketching brand. I think these pencils are absolutely fantastic, but the Chinese white in the Derwent is really nice and soft, and it's a lot cheaper than the Luminance white, but I just think it's a very nice white pencil to use, so I'll be using that as my only additional brand pencil. So let's put that white on one side. So I'll start off with the darkest grey first. I'm just going to move these pencils to one side. So this is the mushroom grey. And this is obviously just going to be white petals, because you can get daffodils with white petals and an orange bulb, I think they're called bulbs. Hi Rain, how are you doing? Nice to see you again. Sorry it's been a while, just took a little break, little time out. I think we all just need to take a time out now and then from busy lives, you know. I think as well at the time that I was last time I was streaming and on YouTube, I was at a time, especially creative wise, I was feeling a lot under pressure to like performance pressure, and I was not really giving myself like the free reins to really just do what I want, and I was kind of just like lost in what I wanted to do. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with colour, and I didn't have any sort of motivation at the time, so that was just a sign to say, you know, you just need to take some time out and take a step back and kind of like just recharge a bit. I've just gone in here with the again with the mushroom grey. Was it mushroom grey? Yes, mushroom grey. Not really paying attention when I'm doing, because I'm talking. Then we'll take, after the mushroom grey, we'll take the stone grey. And just go over the bit that we shaded. So I've done that twice already. And then for the blue, I'm just going to do the blue ever so lightly on the white part here. Now you might think that looks a bit strange and a bit harsh, but I'm just doing it lightly, so when we do put the white on the page, you'll see, you know, why. Okay. And then just in the centre here a bit more, to add a bit more depth. Thanks Gary, I'll read that message in just a second. Let's have a look. Hi Helen! I'll take care, shower hun, I'll see you soon. Oh, my mojo's back. Hey, I got my mojo. Yar baby! Oh, thank you, Gary. Now I'm going to take this Chinese white. Again, I didn't want to use the Aretza one because I find this Chinese white to be a lot more softer and blends a bit nicer compared to the white that's in the Aretza, because that's not as soft. And then once you put the white down, if you see that it's not as, you haven't got as much depth in the grey and the blue, that's fine, we can just go over it once we've added the white. I just didn't want to go too heavy at first, because then, you know, it'll look very muddy, and you know, you can always go darker, but you can't always go lighter. Any recommendations, Rain, for what, hon? Sorry, I missed something. Okay, so I'm quite happy so far. I'm just going to add a little bit more blue in some of these creases. And then a bit more of this mushroom grey at the bottom here. And then a bit more of the stone grey. Just so it looks a bit more natural. And then any parts that you want to blend out a bit more, you can just do that with the white. Okay, and then for the shaded part around the bald heads, then you can always get like a darker grey if you want to. I'll just go with the ash black again because we've got that white down. Just obviously, I'm just doing this lightly. Okay. And then if you want to darken just inside here a little bit more, you can, again with the ash black, just with a light hand. And then you can always do the same with the yellow bulb as well. And I think there we are, folks. Our good pencils that are not as good as Polly's or that are not as costly as Prisms or Polly's. Shafia Farben are quite nice pencils, yes. I don't use them as often. Ortiz are nice, that's what I'm using now. And I've got the Castle Arts, they're nice. I think for me I would probably say the cheapest but the most colour range is probably going to be Black Widows, but it depends on what you like in a pencil. Do you like the pencil to be soft, or do you like to layer a lot of colours, or do you like to have a lot of, you know, colour straight away on the paper? Let me know, and I can always do a video on the pencils that you're interested in. These are the art teasers, and we're going to be doing the entire page pretty much in art teasers. So that's it really, guys, for the daffodil heads. So we've got the 3 variants. We've got the all yellow, we've got the orange and yellow, and then we've also got the white and orange. So that's the variants of daffodils that we have in spring here in the UK. We see these every from like end of March time, and throughout April we see loads of these daffodils, and that's when we know spring's coming and Easter, because we have these blooming everywhere, literally blooming everywhere. And these are the 3 variants that we tend to see. The white ones are really lovely, but we don't see them as much as these 2. The all yellow is your main one that you see a lot. Then I would say you see second most, you probably see those, and then those. But yeah, they are lovely flowers. They are very happy, colourful flowers to look at. And then when we get to the dress, we're going to make the dress into the petals, same colour as the petals here. So we'll probably do either like the light orange or do the yellow. We'll see how that goes. But next week we'll do some of the leaves. We'll do the leaves here. We'll do some like nice light bold green colours, and then we can move on to do maybe the background. I'm going to try and leave doing the fairy till pretty much after we've done these flowers in the background, because I'm finding lately the best thing I can do is do the background, and then I can match the colours of the image so far within the centre of the image, just so it doesn't clash and kind of looks more cohesive. So yeah, I'm quite happy so far with that. I'm going to write down the colours that I've used. I'll post them on Facebook group, which the link's in the description, and I'll post them on Instagram as well, so feel free to follow me on those. And then if you don't mind, give this video a like, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. And so yeah, I'll write these down and I'll have a look at some colour charts, and I'll try and do like a match comparison closer to the pencils that I've used. So I'll do Polly's, Prismas, Black Widows, and unless you've got any other pencils that you want me to match up with, I'll have a look at those as well. So just let me know if there's any other pencil brands that you want me to match up, and drop me a message and I'll do that. So thank you to my mods for helping out and being here, and for everybody who's joined in. I'll be back next Friday to do some more of this. If I am here on Sunday, I'll probably just do something different. But I'll be back on Friday to do a second part of this. And feel free to share your progress with me, guys. And again, if you want to get this image half price, the code's in the description along with the link. So thank you so much, guys, and thank you for being patient and understanding my need to take a short break. But I will love and leave yous, and I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourself, be safe, be happy, be healthy, and love to you all, and take care. Love yous. Bye, guys.